You know, I find it sad that they can't even see the intrinsic hypocrisy of their position. What I'm referring to are those people that supported Proposition 8 in California and trying to go through the courts to keep their donor lists secret. Their whole notion was the fact that, the will of the people, instead of letting four unelected judges, your activist judges, making decisions for them, leave it up to the people. Well, then they turn around and say, oh, but by the way, this thing that came from the valid issues of times of old don't apply to us. In 1974, there was a ballot initiative in California which required that donations above a certain amount be publicized. Well, certainly the pro-Prop 8 people, the Yes on 8 people, didn't want to know who all was involved. They didn't want to get the reprisals for having taken such an onerous position. They go to court and saying that, we're being boycotted and picked on just for what we believe. Therein lies the hypocrisy. With one hand, they're trying to say, we're trying to enforce the will of the people, but then again, let's go against the will of the people in terms of announcing who's involved and who's not involved. But consider this little nugget of hypocrisy. They're saying they're being picked off their position. Protests and boycotts and such like that. Are these not the same people that sent out shakedown letters in October before Prop 8 was passed to some of the larger contributors to Equality California? I was reading one of those letters. It said, we found out that you donated to the No on 8 campaign. We expect you to donate the same to us to, correct the error, which is the words they used. Aren't these the same types of groups that have boycotted Disney, Ford, and other organizations because they would condescend to offer their products and services to the gay community? The whole thing just reeks of hypocrisy. They want to be able to sit back in their righteous belief of what is right without looking at the consequences that, they may have ticked people off, and those people have just as much right to express their opinion as they had in passing Prop 8. So I'm glad the courts have basically said, hey, if you're going to speak for the will of the people, then you're going to have to live by what the will of the people has demanded of you, even if it was almost 35 years ago.